Did you notice in the pilot episode of Amazing Digital Circus that there's another resident in the circus tent who appeared, but no one mentioned their name or talked about them even once we discovered that among all the characters seated at the table at the end of the episode who will be the main ones in the series, we can see at a certain moment when Radapami and Jax are heading to Ko's room, there's a sign that is scratched indicating it belongs to someone living in that room from the image. On the door, it seems to be some sort of wooden puppet faceless like a marionette, and when Pami is searching for Kani in the tent, she opens several doors, each revealing something weirder than the last, but in one of them she finds the same character pictured on the door in a bathtub as if taking a bath, but right after that he releases a face of despair, letting out a scream of pain while everything suggests that it's the same character depicted on the door off the room, but he's also in the bathroom with a window that shows a blue scheme, and this is bizarre, but at the same time it's very intriguing, and it seems that the Amazing Digital Circus is delving deeper into this increasing listener vibe, which is what has made the animation a true phenomenon. On the internet, this was just the first hidden secret rediscovered in the Amazing Digital Circus. To find out what other secrets we've uncovered, stick around until the end of this video, and trust me, one of the secrets we've uncovered is killing the connect with the Bible. If you watched the pilot episode of the Amazing Digital Circus or saw our video discussing it, you probably noticed that Digital Circus is in practice a kind-of prison, even if it wasn't designed that way, since we don't know who created that place or for what purpose, but the fact is once you're trapped there it seems impossible to escape, and the host and the person responsible for receiving newcomers, so to speak, condemned to stay there, has a rather exotic name, Cain. What's interesting is that we've discovered some references to a biblical story that involves a character named Cain who killed his brother out of envy. His brother's name was Abel, and when Pami thinks she's finally found a way out, we can see the logo of a company on the wall above. It's called CNA. When it is that the logo features 2 letters prominently, C and these 2 letters are exactly the initials of Cain and Abel, the 2 brothers from the biblical story that led to the first murder in history. Man, this is bizarre because it might indicate that this animation is heading towards something much darker than we can imagine. And yes, there are more secrets we've uncovered that make this even clearer, but first, we need to talk about the limited characters. The Amazing Digital Circus is still a big mystery when it comes to its purpose and reason for existence, but one thing is certain: there are always games created by Cain within it, and as you know, in a game for there to be a winner there must be a loser. In the case of Thigum, we saw where the characters had to capture the GLS, the queen of the Glinklos, getting completely torn apart Bigmo in his crazy and demented version, but over all this time that the people are there what happened in the other games, who lost, and what happened to them, we can't say for sure, but the fact that there are many faces with X in the hallway of the room suggests that perhaps most likely some of the circus characters were literally eliminated from the tent, maybe after losing several of them, or just one. It's impossible to say, but the fact is that throughout the episode we could see 9 faces with X over them on signs along the hallway of the rooms that will become 10 now that KFA won't sleep there anymore. Butte in the basement, yes, 10 is a lot. Many people thought that these faces with X on them were just characters who went crazy, but we're sure that's not the case for all of them, as when Cain opens the basement we can see many beings down there similar to the crazed Camo, but there weren't as many. This suggests that other eliminated ones had a different fate, which might have been even worse, to that point of driving the characters crazy and desperate to find a way out. As happened with Camo chilling the brother, since we talked about the faces we saw on the doors of the rooms with the accent of them stands out. It's a character identical to Kingo, but with different colors, wearing a red cloak and with Atch's piece head in a darker shade. Since has an X, it means he was removed from the company of the tent in some way. Westel don't know, he might have gone crazy, or he might have simply died in some game, just like Zubel would have been digested and turned into glowing by Glow Queen. What makes the mystery even more intriguing is that Evriana claims Kingo has been in the tent the longest, to the point of constant littering on the brink of madness, but some strange theories have emerged about this character, who is no longer in Thetan. One theory claims that he and Kingo are the first to be taken to the Digital Circus, and at some point he went mad or died inside. Another theory states that Kingo didn't always have that appearance, but it actually belonged to this other character, and when Kingo won a game created by Cain and this other character lost. He ended up winning this new appearance as a prize, but beyond these two theories, there's another much darker and sinister one which suggests that the two Kingo and this other character were actually real-life twin brothers and were both transported to DigitalCircus, and at some point they repeated the same story of Cain and Abel. In other words, for some reason Wedden yet no Kingo ended up killing his brother, and that's why he's no longer there, and guilt and remorse made him become the being who constantly talks nonsense. This leads to another even darker secret. Why were those people sent to the DigitalCircus? One thing we can definitely say is that being inside of amazing DigitalCircus is not a prize or something everyone would desire. In the contrary, being there seems more like a punishment. But wait, what if I truly is? What if all those characters are really there as a way to pay for their sins? Or perhaps even crimes? This would certainly make much more sense, especially when considering that all of them have some form of mental disturbance. To some extent, Jax, for example, is completely insensitive and lacks any trace of empathy. Being considered a possible psychopath, Zubul don't care about anyone and blames people who aren't even present. Gangle has a split personality, as indicated by her two masks. Rada, despite being friendly, has narcissistic and egocentric traits. To some degree, Kingo is and disturbed, and Pommy, despite having some awareness, left everyone behind without thinking twice when she saw Adora Bell exit when she could have called everyone and proposed that they all leave together. Do you see why? It might be a place where these people were sent to pay for something in some way. Yes, notably. Is it quite possible? But it's highly likely, and that's what we hope to hopefully discover in the upcoming episode. But if they committed bad acts that led them there, would it be possible to say that they are murderers? This is a possibility that's not ruled out. On the contrary, it might even be quite probable if the circus was a form of torture or digital prison where people who committed a very specific type of offense or sentence. Things could make a lot of sense. For example, having their memories wiped out so they wouldn't remember why they're there, because if they knew, they might come to terms with paying for something they deserve. But then the question arises, what kind of crime would someone commit to deserve being in that place? We can't say for sure, but perhaps the place is reserved for people who committed homicides, not just any type, but the most cruel and vile of all, killing their own brother or sister. This would explain the presence of the Ken and Abel mark in the place, and honestly, when you stop to think about it, it makes total sense that Amapami, our last secret, is related to the name of the girl who seems to be our main character, the unknown girl, because nobody really knows her name. I mean, nobody knows anyone's name there, as none of them remember anything before ending up there, and they all call each other by nicknames. Cain gave to each of them, and the name Pommy has a rather enigmatic meaning. After doing some research and not finding any apparent meaning for this name, someone on the internet located a word in a very complex language, the word Pommy, which comes from Cyrillic alphabet used in countries like Russia, Serbia, Bulgaria, and Ukraine. Translating it into our language, it simply means remember, which is what that director wants most, besides escaping from that place that seems to be driving her almost insane already. This shows it by all indications is journey in amazing DigitalCircus will revolve around her discovering her past and how she ended up where she is now, and perhaps it's even better for her not to remember anything else for her own good. These are the 7 hidden secrets in amazing DigitalCircus that we've uncovered to share with you today. If you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely enjoy these 2 suggestions we picked out for you. To keep having fun, I heart video on the right is really cool.